Hey folks, Mr. Justin here with Secret Weapon Miniatures in the home studio today, of course, with Jess Rich.
Hello, also known as Brush Mistress.
Yep. We've kind of figured today that if we didn't broadcast, we wouldn't actually get our art done. There's so much other stuff going on. But my deadline for the Nova Open charitable pieces was yesterday, so I definitely have to get them finished today. So my wife Monica in the background, digging through the behind the air mattress in the closet to find some stuff. The family will be in and out during the day as we do this. The dog will be in and out. It's all going to be, one big mess. It'll be fun. But let's see. On the desk for me today, there's a keyboard I don't need. Still working on that Orky Leman russ. Going to do a little bit of highlighting after I did an oil wash. And then get the weathering done. I've already done a bit of oil. That was the wash I did before. But I'm going to do some streaking with oils today, and I'm going to do pigments. So I figured it'd be a really good one for me to broadcast. So I get a lot of questions on those. The other one I have is a Vernier Gaslands team. Make sure I get this right. Let me pull up my list here. We've got the performance car with microplate armor, the sludge thrower, which does napalm, and the sentry guns. We have a buggy with the minigun and mine dropper, and we have a buggy with rockets. So I'll be working on those.
And I am still trying to complete.
Oh, I'll put it down there.
Yep. My fancy burb. Hopefully today. Home stretch.
At least that's the plan.
Yes. I'm down to details, and well, that's... Oh, who am I kidding? The whole thing is details.
It's one of your watercolors. It's kind of how that works out, right?
Yeah, it really is.
All right, well, first, let me get short. Hey, Greg. Glad to have you join us. I was actually just trying to find a spot in the warehouse to organize all your product yesterday.
Cheers.
Oh. Breakfast hatting. All right. Well, I guess it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime.
Good afternoon, Justin Crawford, joining us on YouTube. Thank you. I'll have to put up one of those multi-chat bars. In fact, let me do that now so you guys can all see what you're talking about here. Let me add...
Yeah, because last time we had people commenting and couldn't see all the other comments, so it would be nice if they could.
Make it so you guys can see the comments here. Doop, doop, doobie, doobie, doop. Just going to put it on the top. We've got our header. Alert box. Oh, that's right. Click here. There it is. I couldn't find the thing. Widgets. I think that's it. Yep. Hey, Bill Kelly on Facebook. Thank you for joining us. I'm doing a quick bit of work on getting us a multi-chat box in here. Only goes square. All right. Well, sacrifice that section for it. Well, I don't know how to add a specific source. Well, I'll take a look at this later. We'll see if it works now. And if not, hey, it doesn't work. And that's okay, too. Because the goal here is to do the painting part. All right. So let's see.
What are you going to be working with, oils?
Not right away. I'm going to work with my... see, we keep getting the little ding-a-dee-dings. And I don't see anything
Yeah, I'm not seeing our
us.
likes. We normally get those.
Yeah, our little alert box isn't working either. Who knows? Oh, my gosh. All right. One of these days, I'll actually spend the time to figure out how that's supposed to work.
Not today. Right. Today is not that day.
Yeah, today is not that day. I have plenty of other technology issues at hand. So the first thing I'm going to do on my end here is I did a pretty broad wash of Payne's Gray oil over this. Left it heavy in some spots where I wanted to get that deep shadow. Go. especially where I was weathering a decal on this side that I'm still going to weather. It didn't work out as well on this side, so I don't know what I'm going to do on this side. I'm going to mess with that, possibly scrape it off. I don't know. But right now, my priority is to do some highlighting and then come in with the oils. So right now, the first thing I want to highlight is my yellow. I'm using clear yellow from Reaper right now because all of my secret weapon paints are on my son's desk and all of the yellows are empty.
Did you want one of the secret weapons?
No, it's all good as long as I have a clear yellow. If I'm not using mine, I'm using Reaper. That's pretty simple. And still happy. Reaper make best paints. Also a secret weapon. In part because, you know, Reaper helped make secret weapon paint. Alright, so just getting brush wet. I'm apparently using one of my sables, but I have no particular idea why. Hello, Daniel! And hey, look, the thing is working here, so...
Oh, okay. It's gonna cover up your thingy.
Well, it does it in clear, so I'm just gonna leave
Yeah,
it
but
there, I guess.
it might...
But then it goes away after a couple of seconds. See,
Oh, okay.
Daniel's not there. So, all right, we're figuring out how the settings on the little chat box here, so everybody can see the chat. I know we've got folks here from YouTube and Facebook today. I want to make sure you guys can all interact and see what's going on. Yeah, talk to each other. Let me pull up my camera controls real quick so I can do the zooming in. There we go.
I don't know why I'm doing this with brush. I have microns for this work.
Yeah, you want mine? They're right here.
I need a super fine block.
Yeah, I've got the 005s.
Oh, okay, people.
I've got 005 in every color.
Okay. Thank you.
Make sure that's the 00,
Yes.
because I also have 05s.
No, that is exactly what I need. Thank you. I was gonna go grab one of mine.
I kind of figured that's what
I
you
was
needed.
trying to do that with Payne's Gray, and well, that would take me forever.
Oh, interesting sleeve. I'm guessing that replaces paper towel for cleaning your brush. Yeah, Phil. Yeah, this is what I use. It's just a sock cut up. They actually make fancy painter towels that button on and have pockets and such. And I had one of those, but my friend Jim Wapple, great miniature painter. If you're not familiar with James and Kathy Wapple, you guys need to check it out. But yeah, he was the first I'd ever seen that just used a sock, and it changed my world because I couldn't find my painting towel, and I didn't want to spend another $40 on a nice painting towel. Yeah, and our alert box, for whatever reason, is not
It's not
showing us the
like
alert.
stream.
We're getting nuts. Hey, Jay. No problem. We'll take a look for the email about a recent order. Of course, as you've probably seen from all of our notices everywhere else, because it's just me and Jess in the warehouse at this point, and for the foreseeable future, we're over 600 orders behind. And it's likely to stay that way for the foreseeable future. We're not expecting to get the staff back in the warehouse until late fall at this point. We're doing what we can. The first step has been actually getting in there to reorganize the warehouse so that two of us could actually get the job done.
Yes.
We were spending about 50% more time than we needed to bouncing around the warehouse because it had grown organically over the years and product was scattered everywhere. All right. I'm actually not liking this yellow, so I'm going to try my typical trick. And Jay, thank you very much, especially for the understanding. I'm sure it won't shock you to know that we do spend...
You want to try one of the Pathfinder yellows?
Oh, no, that's okay. The clear yellow is what I want, but I'm going to try my pencil trick first.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't surprise you. We do spend a fair bit of every day dealing with angry emails. All right, so for those just seeing this for the first time, yes, I could use the edge of my brush and do edge highlighting. But that yellow, while it was brilliant, was a little too much for me right now. So what I'm using is one of my watercolor pencils. This is my Prism. Oh, I'm using my Prismacolor. Well, that's not what I wanted.
Nope.
Let me get one of my watercolor pencils. It's gonna have like 5 of the Prismacolors. I have to remember my watercolors are hex. So now I'm using a watercolor. Prismacolor works just fine too. But I'm using the edge of this. In fact, the Prismacolor was working better, so I'm going back to Prismacolor today. Once I varnish it, who cares? Because the white will pull in the colors around it. And I can always burnish it in if I feel it's a little too stark. But in terms of edge highlighting, I generally come in with a white watercolor.
Let me go check in.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
Unhappy sounds coming from the living room, so we're doing a quick check-in out there. Making sure my wife isn't having to deal with that meltdown all on her own. There we go. I preferred the yellow here to the white. Yeah, see, we're still getting sounds. And our alert box isn't working this time. It normally does. I like our little zombie that comes across. All's well?
As well as can be expected.
Okay. There's the thing.
Don't know if it has to do with math or not.
Oh, it's time for math.
It is indeed. I suspect it's math.
All right, takes care of that. See what else I can hit with a pencil instead.
And so while Justin's hitting
I'm going to dry brush.
stuff with a pencil, I am working with my very fancy Coloro mica pigments.
Oh, right. We're supposed to be judging an online miniatures show.
Oh!
As well.
Well, we can do that after this.
Yeah.
I had totally forgotten about that. Sorry, Joey.
That's enough to drive people to drink. Yeah, we're coming, Joey. Joey will probably be online in a couple minutes too, going, hey. Mm-hmm. I see you're doing a show. All right, so it may also surprise people to know that I'm dry brushing. But in this case, I'm dry brushing with my soft, cheap filbert here. Because I am looking to pick out some edges, which I can do by dry brushing. But I also want to pick out a little bit of color, so I'm being incredibly gentle. I've watched good dry brushing happen with soft, fluffy makeup brushes. I have some of those. I have makeup sponges. Justin Crawford, we're judging models for our local game store, Game Castle Sacramento. They did a quarantine event and started like a month ago. And at the time it was like, yeah, sure, we can, yeah, totally. And now, of course, we've discovered that in the last month there hasn't been time to breathe. All right.
Or every time you catch a breath, you get dunked underwater again.
Yeah. Been there, done that. Not fun.
Yeah, same.
All right. Go. Pick out a couple more edges.
Thank thank you for whoever keeps liking the stream. We unfortunately cannot see who it is.
Yeah, popular today. I'll switch put my phone on D&D. So I stop hearing those. All right, now onto this side. Got to get the turret. Got to make sure the turret draws some attention. It's going to be a pencil job for me. I want the white.
Pencil job.
Oh, cool. Glad that you received something from Game Castle. Yeah, we're glad to have them here in Sacramento with us. Let's see, is it showing up on intro? No. It should be here. Oh, we have it hidden. Oh, just like we have the header hidden.
Ah!
Well, there we go. I don't know why everything was hidden. That should be locked. All right, and then the chat box will need to move up.
I now have not seen the Winterfest entries. Or Wantfest.
Wow, 600 entries and plenty of minis. Wow, that is fantastic. No, I haven't seen that.
There is admittedly a part of me when I look at the online community coming together and running the virtual cons, I'm really sad because I miss the actual cons.
Yes. Yeah, there we go. And now we can see our little alert box. Look at all these people liking the stream. Thank you all very much. All right.
And we have to respond
Back
to
to
Reaper today, too.
Oh, that's right. Because we need to get swag bag for virtual ReaperCon.
Yep.
Secret Weapon will be attending virtual ReaperCon.
And Brush Mistress Machinations will also be attending virtual ReaperCon. We're going to sponsor the swag bags.
And of course, we'll be attending from right here.
Yes. Right here in this room on Discord.
Possibly on our pajamas or in our pajamas. But possibly, I mean, I don't know about her, but I'll be in my pajamas.
It's only because I have to get up and refill drinks that I wear pants.
That's fair.
I would wear pajamas otherwise.
Does that mean I need to start getting up to refill drinks? That way you can have your pajama time.
That would be nice.
All right.
I haven't had pajama time in a while. I actually went a full week, I think, wearing just baggy, flowy, not suitable for outdoor contact pants.
Yep. It's the end of the world. You might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not the post-apocalypse outfit that I was expecting. How does being in PJs change it from normal ReaperCon?
Oh, no, it doesn't at all.
That would be Steven. He knows. He's like, wait, what? He's like, I see you all the time at ReaperCon, and you're wearing pajamas.
This is fair. This is so fair. But at least I also have on platforms. I don't remember the last time I did platforms. Awesome. Congratulations, Greg.
Yeah,
That would be
Greg.
great.
Hoping to as well. Ooh. Okay, now we need to move the alert box.
I do not believe I'll be teaching. Though I look forward to once all this is over. I haven't been asked either. I think they just kind of assumed that we're vendors. I would be happy to do a how to paint your miniature like watercolor using acrylics because that's all I've ever done. I actually already teach that class. It's called Glazed Over.
Yeah, we might have to do our own workbench whenever. Mm-hmm. All right, so real quick, I want to draw attention because I'm sitting here whacking at a model with a pencil, which I know drives a lot of people crazy. I've left some rough lines on purpose because I'm about to burnish those in. Make it a little rougher, even. But first off, even just with the white, you can see that it's not so stark as to be jarring because it does a good job of drawing the color in around it. The exception to that is this area here, and what I'm going to do is that. Give it a little burnish with my finger. It works better with the watercolors, but the watercolor didn't want to stick today, and the Prismacolor did, which is backwards of how it should work. But whatever.
You did oil glazes. Would that affect it?
I've done matte over the top since.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind.
So it shouldn't, but what do I know? I just work here. Wait, I don't even work here.
Nope.
Gosh. All right, and I'm feeling reasonably good about that so far. I'm going to want to come in and do some brush highlighting or airbrush highlighting or something on the reds. It's a little flat for my taste right now, but that said, I'm going to start in on the oils, and that may change my mind. One challenge with weathering over oils, or weathering with oils and pigments, is that I'm going to make the model darker. So when you're doing any of the historical techniques that I like, using any of those techniques, remember to knock the color scale on your model up a point or two, because weathering is definitely going to darken the whole thing.
Just try not to spill your Mona Lisa all over the desk, because it's going to run right onto me this time if you do.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. I need a way to prop this model up so I can work with it on its side. Look at that. I love these cups. These cups, I just... I use them for everything. All right. I have my oil palette. What I'll do this time is take some Mona Lisa, and instead of trying to pour it into those tiny cavities, I will pour it into a cup, and from there into the tiny cavities. But I will not leave it in this cup because it will dissolve this cup, which is always exciting. Hey, thank you, Kristen. Really appreciate the like. We do this for you. And because if we didn't do this, we wouldn't actually get any painting done today.
We're counting on you guys to hold us accountable.
Because there are a lot of people wrong on the internet right now.
Uh-huh. We've both been obsessing about how wrong a lot of those people are all morning.
Oh my gosh, all morning.
Starting last night, for me.
Yeah. What world? All right. When I'm working oils, I do use a separate towel because I don't necessarily want to get oil all over my arm. All right. Let's see. I'm going to do some bright rust on this side. But, well, not bright because... Oh, goodness.
Been a while.
Yeah.
Always remember the rubber band trick.
So that would require me to have a rubber band, but of course I have several rubber bands within reach because I use them for models all the time.
I learned the rubber band trick working with the old Citadel hex pots.
All right, I'll save the rest of that for pigment. All right, so for streaking, one of the reasons I like doing this with oil. Hey, thank you, David and Michael, for the likes. Hey, Michael Hammett's watching. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Michael!
Michael is one of our awesome furloughed employees. Yeah, everyone give a shout out to him. He's one of the ones I miss most. We've been friends for a long time. He does the resin casting. Since we could really use some resin casting right now.
Could also use some D&D right now, man.
Oh yeah, he's in our D&D group too. Yeah, there hasn't been time for that. I started to get a session together, and it's just impossible. I don't have time.
You would actually think that being trapped in one location would give you all of the time in the world, and you rapidly discover that there are so many other things that need tending to that you never get around to the things you kind of want to do.
Well, I'm doing 7 people's jobs for Secret Weapon and trying to get the warehouse running again. And
I'm there too, man.
I know. Yeah, in terms of time, it was one of those where we're like, yeah, we'll have plenty of time. And
yeah, no.
Nope. But all right, so the reason I like working with the oils, for those of you that haven't before, is you have a great deal of working time. So I can actually just go, blah, make this big old ugly streak right down there. All right. Doesn't matter. Thin it out a little bit. I'm going to do rusty streaks, all of these. Oh no, Justin, you're painting over all that beautiful white. How could you do it? Why would you do it? Be patient. Be patient. All right, so now what I'm going to do is load up just on some thinner. Oh, we just got a message with 2,400 pictures of entries from the watercolor.
Oh,
deal.
well, thank you. Thank you very much, Daniel.
So now I'm thinning and I'm removing. I can play with it. I can make it translucent. Texture it. It's called mapping. So now I have that lovely translucent, rusty, streaky area. And I'm going to do the same to these others. Make sure my brush is clean. The nice thing is I have incredibly long working time with traditional oils. I can come back in here hours later. Thank you, Daniel, for liking the stream. Much appreciated.
We've gone quiet, sorry.
It's almost like we're actually doing work now.
Start thinking of it as work, you're not gonna have fun. Drink more quarantine coffee.
All right, so I've got my dark browns in here, and you can see I've got some nice thin streaks, a couple of dark streaks. I'm going to thin this one out just a little bit just by mapping it slightly. Ooh, I'm making it stronger instead of weaker. There we go. Just thinning it. I think a pool right there. I like that pool. Clean a nice clean streak right here in the middle between these 2 points though. So now I've created 2 different streaks where it flowed. Thank you for the like. Oh, David, you don't want to use water with your oils. I am using Mona Lisa oil paint thinner for all of this. They do make water-soluble oils, and I used to be an advocate. It's hydrogenized linseed oil. I'm no longer an advocate of those. The dry time isn't there. Hey, Carlos, thank you for the like. Yeah, the dry time is a lot shorter. Same thing, I've recommended enamels in the past. Still work with enamels on occasion, but I very much prefer the oils. It's a substantially safer, less toxic route to go. It's why, although I have a finished enamel formula, Secret Weapon has not released a line of enamels. Probably should have. But I've been pursuing deals with the oil manufacturers that I appreciate. 2 on the West Coast, one very close to me. And I've been in talks to both of them for a while. With everything that happened, obviously that didn't pan out. But we were hoping to announce our line of oil paints this year. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen, but not for want of trying. All right. Then a little bit of this. And I'm going to come in here, a little extra color, try to help this pop a bit. Just little bits. Little color highlights. Little happy rust. All close to the nuts, bolts, where it'd be freshest, because that's where you'll get the lightest colors.
Are we not doing phrasing?
So you'll also see that in this case, I'm pushing up towards the bolts because we were totally doing phrasing. Mapping down a little bit, but otherwise pushing up towards the bolt, mapping down. A little bit of that color back. Map it down. There we go. And I'll come back and I'll accentuate that with some pigment. But for the most part, that's really what I wanted there. What I'm going to do next is take some of this brighter rust, make a little wash out of it. I'm going to hit each and every one of these rivets. Now, I can get a little carried away and then come back later and clean it up with a Q-tip. And don't worry, anywhere you see me making a mess here, I'm going to clean that up with my Q-tip. It's going to be great. Paper towel. We'll get some of this rust
Kleenex
in here. Help rust up that plate. And again, I'm going to follow up with pigments, but right now I'm being rough to give it an overall patina, and I'm going to remove some of that. What was there, burb?
shiny burb hat.
Shiny burb hat. Oh my gosh. Those beads are out of this world. All right, so I'm just mapping in some of this red. Boop, boop, boop. A little hard to see because it's shiny at the moment, of course. Let's get some over here. Let's get some around all of the other plates and rivets.
Oh my gosh. Ah! That's really bright.
It's really bright.
Now I gotta do his butt gem.
Putting it between my panel lines because I don't like the dark panel lines anymore. Letting that go. Just letting that go. You gotta see what I put up with, though. I don't think there's a lot of sympathy for me, but this is what it's like in the studio.
I had comments I could have made, and I instead just decided to chuckle.
Mm-hmm. Each of these rivet panels. Gonna hit the seams. A little heavier right there. Like that. All right, let's see if you can start to see some of this. A little bit. Camera's having trouble picking it up today. You can certainly see the streaks, some of the red that's sitting in here. In fact, I want some more of that. And while I let some of this oil dry, of course, I'll work on the Gaslands covers. So let's come around to the other side. For these tracks, these aren't going to have all my mud effect on them. The other ones are going to be really crusty. So I'm going to start hitting these with some of this bright rust quite a bit. I'm going to hit this mechanical piece. Give this an overall glaze of the stuff, a little wash. Okay. I'm going to bring that around here to this pipe, in fact, just to color it, even though I'm going to hit that with some engine metal in just a bit. Get them nuts. All right, up to the top.
I'm having deep, deep regrets about piercing my bird's butt.
It's too late now.
It really is.
That butt is pierced. And don't ask me, folks. She was like this when she got here. You know what? I'm actually going to put a little bit of this dark color and a little wash right over the skull here in sections. Oh, who'd we get? Jeremy Prince, thank you very much for liking the stream. We appreciate it. We do what we can. Everyone needs some entertainment these days. Yeah, I like that. I can clean that
We
off.
think we're entertaining. I don't know about them, but
They're still here. Can't be all bad.
fair.
I mean, it's not like they've got anywhere else to go, though. So
That is also true.
I'm trapped and there's nothing better on TV. I've already rewatched Battlestar Galactica. It wasn't better the second time. Ah!
Tales from the Loop made me cry. I needed something happier.
Oh my god. It's a bright mirror. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's slightly less dark mirror. It's slightly less black.
It's more nihilism mirror instead of spite mirror, because Black Mirror is like spite mirror, and this is like nihilism mirror. Tales from the Loop, folks. Really great show on
Kind
Amazon.
of recommend it.
Kind of recommend, but it's not happy.
No matter what it says.
And bring your tissues for episode 2, please.
It's the one with the robot?
It's the one with the 2 kids.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and the robot at the end.
yeah.
Yeah. And then episode 4 with Jonathan Pryce and the kid.
Yeah.
Episode 2 and episode 4. It's like bring your hankies. Haven't watched episode 5 yet.
Yeah, we haven't been up for it.
No, not really.
Every time it comes up, Jess, my wife, and I are all like, yeah.
Even Picard is too heavy.
Yeah. It's the end of the world and we can't do TV anymore.
Well, I'm watching the Channel Zero. Because, I mean, in no way is there ever going to be an actual contortionist clown coming to kill me, so I can deal with that.
You say that.
Well, that's true. I've known contortionists, none that were clowns.
Fair point. There's better money in contortion. Hey, look at that. I might actually have the paint I want. There's one of them. Copper. Okay, good. Copper. Okay. I have 3 coppers. That's nice.
Oh, do you need brass casings?
Engine metal.
Oh, engine metal, okay.
Oh, yeah, brass casing. Good, too. I make a trio for this.
You do, I know, right? I probably don't have brass casings with me, because even though I really love that paint, I don't paint with metallics.
Shame this desk, too, and I don't see anything.
He doesn't have any shinies.
No.
The shinies are the first to go for him.
Yeah, that's all right. I can work with what I've got. That's for oils.
I'm double checking. Because I painted those bases here on camera. Yo.
Steven has it. Black Mirror is how society is messed up. Tales from the Loop is how people are messed up.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah. Wow. This guy.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Thanks, man. Well put. I mean, that doesn't make me any less depressed, but you said it well. I need my pokey tool.
I've forgotten how to fix my Kindle. I don't even know why. I don't need it. What am I doing?
Do. Yeah, I figured that first episode drew us in so it could kick us in the teeth for the second one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the first episode was like, it was alright. It was intriguing.
Intriguing, unique.
Great visual style. Lovely music.
I'm just dry brushing on some of my engine metal right now. All of the dark iron, but only on the tops. A little bit on the side of these guns.
And I'm about to paint my bird's butt beads.
Like you do.
Like you do.
Right, I still have a piece that attaches here. Ross Thompson is like the stream!
What?
I that's like the second time. We are so big leagues now. Check
I
this
know, right?
out. I should probably stop dry brushing then. Like Ross is here.
Only like...
Hey, wait, Ross, shouldn't you be working?
Don't...
Shh. Accept the goodness. Accept the goodness. I don't know. I'm thinking we might be able to blackmail him for some games.
Right? Like Pandemic. Too soon?
Oh,
no. Yeah, no, I know.
Tox has a copy of Pandemic coming for us.
Oh, good,
Just
good.
hasn't gotten around to mailing it.
Fair.
Now, OG makes games that Shams would play. Noel's here too. Yay, Noel!
What's up, Noel?
And my son is bored. My son is so bored.
I don't know if you saw this morning. We have our first cayenne pepper.
I did not see that our cayenne pepper had peppered.
Our cayenne pepper has peppered. And I believe the boot is going to pepper sometime this week.
Nice. All right.
I commandeered a significant portion of the greenhouse to grow a bunch of hot peppers. No one really objected.
Nope. Well, they're plants, and there's room, so Monica wasn't going to care. My wife is not big on peppers. Does not like the Scobles the way we do. But there's room in the greenhouse, so whatever.
But look forward to a very limited run of some COVID-19 hot sauce, I think.
It's going to happen.
Yep.
All right. Well, this is...
Call it 2020, I have regrets.
Regrets. I've had a few. All right. So one of the other things I'm going to do... edible radishes. That sounds great. Actually, I have no idea. I've never had a radish.
A radish is a very polite onion.
Oh, okay.
It's got a very polite onion flavor. Related, obviously, to horseradish. Except you can eat the whole thing, like candy. It's delicious.
I didn't know.
Love radishes.
It's just never come up.
Watermelon radishes are even better. They look like watermelons. They taste like super mild radish.
Okay. Neat. All right, so I didn't do this on broadcast, but this is a decal. May not look it. It's sort of the goal.
You blew my mind with that process.
But I put down my gloss, I put down my decal, I put down my microsol a couple of times. It conforms to the thing. But then I put down gloss, and I hit it with sandpaper, and I hit it with hobby knives to give it a chipped appearance. And I do this a lot. I've had a few models where I've had to explain to folk that, well, I appreciate your compliments on my freehand. I don't generally freehand. I can.
Slacker.
Yeah, but why would I do that when I can make a decal not look like a decal?
That sounds too dental. It sounds very dental.
I was just wondering if I needed to use a dental pick to do it, so. That's why I have a collection of dental picks.
I have them for sculpting.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I probably used them for sculpting at some point, or thought I would. But I've never actually used them for sculpting, because I don't sculpt, really.
I only got them for eyeballs.
Oh, for eyeballs?
Being able to pull down the clay to create your
All right.
bowl socket and all that good stuff.
Time to set that aside. Time to set this aside. Go gadget paint jar. Time to set my oils, the back. Ooh, time to remember I need to check out that new pigment sample. Make some room, and now everybody gets to listen to the sweet, dulcet sounds of the compressor. It's like purring, only obnoxious. So, just like purring.
Yes, pretty much.
Brushes go bye-bye.
Well, you don't have to feed the air compressor. Also, I'm not allergic to the air compressor.
All right. So this is my Gaslands team. Again, I've still got my list pulled up here, so let me make sure I get this right. We have a Verni team, my performance car with microplate armor using our brass etch. An improvised sledge thrower that launches napalm. And sentry guns. Pew, 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 pew. This is my buggy with rockets, using the Terminator rocket launchers that we have on the website. And this is my buggy with minigun and mine dropper. This, just like the Orky tank, is all on its way to the Nova Open Charitable Foundation. Holy cats.
What happened?
The chat refreshed itself for some reason.
Oh.
And suddenly everybody's quote or comments from recently just all...
Okay.
I managed to watch it refresh, and so things all back. But now, I get to do my favorite thing.
And you got the reference photos I sent you?
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't find my box full of masks because I was going to put some like micro hex masks on them, but I don't know what happened to all my vinyl masks. Right? Oh, I wonder if I put them actually on the shelf.
I think
With the models?
I think they're on the shelf with the models.
Okay, well, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'll leave you guys in Jess' capable hands.
Ah! Alright.
Hey, I never found out if your man was any good.
It's a common hazard in this household.
That's good.
Here. Warmth. Oh! Well, that's okay, Stephen. There we go. There's the shine on my burb. And there goes my pigments. So what kind of cool projects are you guys working on? Really? No one's working on anything? Oh, thank you, Noel. If you missed it, I'm using the Colero pigments from Germany. They're really, really finely ground mica. Stephanie Law was using them a lot. She still uses them a lot. And I was like, well, I need to get the introductory set. A little bit spendy, but I like them so much better than the Daniel Smith iridescent pigments. These are just far superior. Yeah. Oh, which one? I have a couple of busts from Blackheart, but I really haven't touched a miniature in forever. Oh. Well, thank you very much, Noelle. You've actually watched my entire journey. I've come a long way. And Steve, ZBrush learning fun stuff.
I don't know when I'm going back.
And Justin, finishing up your last commission, seeing as we're working on fun projects. I hear that. Yeah. And yeah, I know that bust, Noelle. Awesome. Good stuff.
All right, get these out of the way.
All right, the real draw's back.
The real draw. Well, hey, look at that. Perfect.
You actually might want this because we're going for the thing-a-dib-a-dib.
Or for the Frankenstein car?
Yeah, for the Frankenstein car.
Let me see what other Anarchy stencils I have. I have actual fish scales. Anarchy Models, by the way, makes great stencils.
Oh, the hexes are nice.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is I'd actually do a micro hex.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Whoa!
That's a first. All right. And I'm back from outer space. Ooh, what do we got?
I was asking what people were working on. So Noelle's working on a bus from Blackheart Models. And Steven's doing some ZBrush learning and playing board games with the kids.
I need to do some ZBrush learning.
Noelle loves how I've been playing with pigment.
This is going to be hard without the vinyl ones, but I hate vinyl stencils. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them.
Yeah. Truth be told, Noelle, I absolutely adore working with watercolor on a scale far more than I ever did working on miniatures. I don't feel like a tracer anymore, or an inker rather.
Thank you for the distinction.
Yeah.
I give her grief because I've done some inking and I actually wanted to do inking. I have several friends that work or have worked full time in the comic book industry, and including some really talented artists. And yeah, of all the things I wanted to do ink.
Well,
but then I was painting miniatures at the time as a kid, so it seemed like a nice fit.
yeah. Well, inking is vital, and inking can absolutely ruin a penciler's work.
I'm going to need to get into my inks, so sure. I'm going to try and do this
ink.
only once. Wait. I need my, Fallout green. The light green, is this the opaque? That's my opaque. I need a dark green, preferably dark green.
Where are you?
Looks like sap green.
Sap green.
That looks like dark green. And I need one of my translucent yellows, like brilliant yellow, fluorescent yellow. Are you translucent? Your performance. Well, I don't even know what the hell that means.
Yeah, that one's performance.
Brilliant yellow. This will do.
Performance inks. Woo.
Oh, we missed some likes. Whoever that was, thank you. And yeah, Mario, Gaslands. This is the Gaslands team I'm doing for Nova Open Charitable Foundation. I am excited.
What's up, Jared?
Jared.
Hamlin.
What? Where?
Jared Hamlin just liked the stream.
Yeah, I know that guy. All right. Oh. My airbrush cups.
Something only Jared will get. I miss your futon. Not like that.
I'm not touching it. Like I said, folks, don't look at me. She was like this when she got here. Oh, infinity. You make me so happy.
Just making sure any of the underlying color is covered up.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Making sure all of those little spots that didn't hit with a primer are nice and white. So painting this car green.
I'm a curious squirrel because I am not really known for airbrushing, so.
Not only that, I've been at competitions where you would poo-poo models that were airbrushed. You're like, well, they airbrushed that. But I remember that didn't last long.
Well, once it got to the level where I couldn't tell you were using airbrush as your primary means of painting, it was fine. But
But if you just slap paint on with airbrush,
I've judged a couple of Gen Cons where I'm like, no, they just slapped this with an airbrush and fail.
Yeah, a lot of time it's just too smooth, too plain, too dull.
Oh yes.
And yeah, this Gaslands team will be up on the Nova Open. Uses a lot of the Secret Weapon Miniatures brass etch, of course. The lists are by James Craig. Because I knew better than trying to make my own Gaslands list, because, I mean, I could, but I'm no James Craig, I'm just saying. That man is in love with this game. He runs a great group at his school in Quebec.
You just made every Quebecan cry.
Quebec?
You said Quebec.
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 Quebec? I've never heard them say Quebec. I don't know. Because it's Quebecois. So I've always said Quebec. God, I'm sure if Matthew's out there, he'll let me know.
Yes.
And of course, this rocket launcher on the top is one of our conversion bits, originally intended for Terminators. But doesn't need to be. Nope, 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 nope.
The momentum told me.
No, I'm not gonna do it. No, 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 no.
He was like that when I got here.
Gotta clean this bad boy. Didn't clean it well enough last time. Alright, I'm gonna give this a quick, decent cleaning. Right, that's because I don't have any ISO in here. I can fix that. I already got some.
Do you want me to go get the bottle?
Sure, if you're willing.
Yeah, of course.
Otherwise, I was gonna do it.
Well, I'm actually about ready to sign my burb, so.
No kidding.
Yup. I have to add some white highlights
Celebratory Manhattan
to my
time.
gemstone. Give me a minute.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go get the ISO so you can get your brush cleaned out.
Thank you. There it goes. Getting there. Remember, folks, never ever stick Q-tips in your airbrush. It's a really horrible idea.
You can get all that lint where it shouldn't be.
Yep.
If you would waited until tomorrow, I'd have some foam lipstick applicators coming. But
Oh, I have foam applicators. It's one of the reasons I have all those makeup, like eyeshadow sponges.
yeah,
Because I used to use them in here. Then I started using them for weathering, and then I started using them for painting. Then I realized I was just making crap up as I went.
fair.
That was one dirty brush. It's almost like it's gotten some play lately, but not for a while, and I didn't clean it thoroughly last time. I'm not saying that's what happened, but maybe? Alright.
I'm trying to remember the last time you airbrushed.
A couple weeks ago, last time we painted. When I told Sean Fulton that my NOCF entry would absolutely be there early, because look at all this time I have.
You want to check and make sure that mine is still good?
I'm alright. Alright, so here's the fun part. I'm adding a bit of translucent yellow, and I'm going to give the cars a very light dusting. Because I'm going to do the hex. And I want the white to be a little more interesting. Because I'm doing green over that, the yellow will be a nice complement. I have bright light turned on because I really feel like the color on this is just bumpkiss. Bright light, yeah, it's there. Alright, that seems better. I've turned off auto white balance. Seems a bit better to me. I'll look for input from you guys. Who dat? Mario has shared our stream. Check you out, Mario. Sharing is caring. We love you. We plan to do this for about another hour, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. As with Workbench, whenever post-apocalypse events, a lot of it depends on how well my kid's doing. Right now, my wife's out there with my kid.
They are currently enjoying the dulcet tones of Troll Hunter.
Yes, they're having lunch and watching a show, which is great. That'll buy us about an hour. But after that, he does need to get back to his math homework, and at which point I may need to engage. Right now, my wife is very much wanting me to get the painting done because she knows I've been anxious about my obligations to charity. I've been part of the Nova Open since the beginning, and I like supporting them. They do good work. Appreciate the charitable foundation. They have censored some art, which I don't appreciate, but otherwise. All right. Come again.
Unacceptable.
And Mario, yeah, thank you. We're all very safe. In every way. Our zip code is one that has the lowest incident rate in California, the highest rate of social distancing compliance. Our zip code is doing very well. Honestly, I blame it in part on the fact that the vast majority of our neighbors are retired Asian families. Most of them weren't going anywhere to begin with. And for the rest, I mean, we're a quiet suburban middle-class neighborhood. So COVID-wise, our vector is very low. When everything started, we invited Jess to shelter in place with us, knowing it would be about 4 months. We're now looking at fall. But, you know, thanks, everyone, for failing to socially distance. And thank you, federal leadership, but whatever.
Yeah, it brings us too much into politics.
That's too much.
That's the rabbit hole.
But we're safe. And in terms of the protests, we're far away from downtown. Our neighborhood's not likely to feel that. We have a lot of friends there. I'd actually like to be there. But yeah, I'm here. And we're safe. All right.
I was almost there.
I'm watching friends get arrested, and I'm kind of like, oh, we would have gone to jail together. It would have been fun. I haven't gone to jail protesting in a long time.
It's just the quarantine talking.
What? Everybody needs a hobby. Mine used to be protesting. Not so much a hobby, but... All right, yes, I'll take some of your drink and try to stop talking about it. I am happy to report that Manhattan is still good.
Well, thank you.
I recommend it.
All right. As soon as I'm done signing my name on Fancy Burb, I will finish it.
Martin, if you want to talk to or do something for Nova Open Charity, reach out to Sean Fulton from Figure Painter Magazine and such. He is the coordinator. All right, so you guys might notice I've got business card out. And I'm using it as a quick mask. I am very accurate, if I say so myself, with my Infinity. It is the only airbrush I would ever tattoo on myself. And I am using it as a quick mask. And that's it. I guess that's all I've got. Because even though I can be accurate with my Infinity, I still need hard edges sometimes. And the only way to guarantee a hard edge is to mask it. Yeah, I have a lot of friends in the Bay Area, of course. Friends all over the country, though. And ooh, who do we get? Who do we get? That was it? You're turning on the printer? You need to turn on a light.
Oh.
There you go.
I have to fill up my TV.
Remember to pull out the tray, otherwise I'll just dump them all over the floor. Down. That little white part? Yeah.
Yep. Get the tongue out.
Blah.
Seamus is very tired.
Seamus is very tired.
He was
I
out
suspect.
there at 4.
Well, when I got up at 1:30, he was sleeping on the couch.
Okay, so he's been out there since 1:30. All right.
And I do think he got up in the middle of the night and logged onto the Chromebook to do YouTube. We forgot to log the Chromebook after his classes. And so it's been sitting there, and as far as we know, he was, YouTubing it. Like,
Up all night.
Hey, Monica, would you turn the air conditioner, please? I don't think we'd ever did.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, it's just really warm in here because you guys got the door closed.
It is very warm in here.
It is warm.
Yeah.
And we're sitting under 4 lamps.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're all LED. I don't know.
Burp is done.
Done, burp, done! Give me a sec.
That's okay. It just means I'm going to start a new burp. The next one will be
Here comes
good.
burp!
Burp.
See if we can get it shining. Can you see the shiny parts?
Yeah, you can see the shiny.
Oh, yeah, look at the shiny. Woo! Yeah, no curfews in Sacramento yet. Things have been relatively peaceful. On the whole, Sacramento generally has a good relationship with its police. They've done a fair job of acknowledging fault in their officers, and we see a bit less defense when it happens. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do my green yet.
No.
Well, good. I get to redo that.
Well, currently state offices are closed today downtown.
Although without a vinyl mask, it won't do me any good because I have to line it up exactly right or it's going to look like crap. So I'm just going to do my dark green now.
Okay. Do your dark green, then the light over it.
Yep.
All right.
I forgot that I'm using a single pass mask.
Yep, yep, yep. Can help. Oh, this is the end of my drink because I finished my burb. It only took me 2 months.
I think this one doesn't have. Oh, it does. Oh, it just doesn't have any ink in it. Oh no. Oh no. Give me enough ink. You can do it. You're the little jar that could.
Do you want me to go get one of my syringes?
Well, I've got some, and I probably have another bottle of dark green in there, but it might actually be enough.
Okay.
You never know with this.
Do you need a spare hand?
Yeah, I'm gonna tape. I
Okay.
have some tape right here. If I want this done right, I'm gonna have to mask. It's really how it is. Yeah, I don't want to drag us too much into it, but Mario, I want to say again, thank you for your recent posts about your experiences coming here. I really appreciated that. And that's all I've got to say about that. Because we're painting. We're having a good time. And I really don't need that much masking tape. And it's just such a habit. I'm like, I'm painting something big. No, Justin, you're painting a goddamn Hot Wheel.
It's a matchbox wheel or a Hot Wheel. You do not need that much tape.
All right. Ralph is like the stream. Thank you, Ralph.
Nice. Uh-oh. You're doing what you didn't want to have to do. That works. I can do that. If you get ink on my pants, I will cry.
You know you are, right? You're in the splash zone.
I can't switch out my pants now. It's too late.
I won't tell him if you don't. I mean, it's not like we're sitting in your bedroom or anything, but totally sitting in your
Totally sitting in my bedroom.
Suddenly he's like, oh, we're in our bedroom.
Welcome to my bedroom.
You're painting After Hours with Jess Ridge. All right, I'm looking for another bottle of
very solid laugh.
dark
I'm just
green.
going to get you a syringe.
Well, actually, you know what? I don't need a syringe. I know exactly what's
Oh, don't dump it. No, just.
I do this all the time. What's going to happen?
You wind up with green pants. It's going to turn your red pants purple. That's what's going to happen.
Seems okay.
Thank you, Scott.
Woo! Scott's a liker.
Because your dark green is definitely a phthalo. It's a blue shade phthalo if ever there was one.
There we go. Little green spots. So the Birdie team is based on Frankenstein from Death Race 2000.
The classic awesome movie that if you haven't watched, you should. I think Monica would like that one.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's got the carradine that died from autoerotic asphyxiation in it. So, you know, fun.
Everybody needs a hobby.
Whichever that one was. Well, when he died, I had a blog at the time, and I wrote this fantastic in memoriam because it looked like a suicide. And then I was like, well, an amendment. At least he went out happy. Cool.
Everyone needs a hobby. I try not to judge.
No, I wasn't judging.
Some people are really into Star Trek schematics.
That's where I was like, you know what? I guess, you know, glad you had a good time. There are worse ways to die.
Oh my God, yes. Thank you, Anarchy Models, for making great stuff.
They're also great for airbrushing faces. I only know that because you airbrushed my face for the...
Oh, yeah, for like face painting.
Yeah, for face painting.
I was thinking like scale model faces, and I'm like...
Oh, no.
Well, you're going to have to tell me about that, because I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
That would also work too, though, with some larger scale busts.
Well, that's true. Get some texture.
Oh, we've got that cyber geisha coming. She's 90 mil.
Yep. That'll do it. There we go.
All right, then you're just going to do a pass with the green over it?
Actually, what I'm going to do now is pass with the dark green, and then I would actually like my Payne's Gray, if you'd be so kind. Oh, wait. They will do as soon as I get it with everything. If it ain't stained, it ain't mine, yeah.
Well, I got some molcajete on these pants yesterday, so there's already a stain right there. It's very faint, but... Oh, no, it's right there. There you go. Molcajete sauce.
Tiny little molcajete.
Oh, yeah, you want a Payne's Gray.
Well, I was looking for a cute too, but...
I know you have like 87 bottles of Payne's Gray.
Yes, Payne's Gray is my #1 color. No color I have more
Not
of.
saying it's the final color on my color wheel, but it is. Noelle, you'll get a kick out of this if you didn't see my Facebook post. I'm going to zoom in real quick. I completely failed at color wheeling because I was having a rough day when I was putting out all these colors, and I went in concentric circles, and now it's just a mess. It's guess a color wheel.
So this is just a quick pass
There you go.
with the dark green to help blend in a few of the areas where I didn't get any or much additional color. Coming around the butt of this thing. So there's no floozy widgets there, no texture, color, whatever. And covering the windows for the moment. And a lot of this is going to get other treatment later. Oh, I'm going to do the grill. My little multi-part,
Yeah, it's super
awesome little rammy thing.
Remember how astounded we were to discover that Seamus put one of those together all on his own? No help?
Yeah, it came out one
like,
morning and
whoa.
Seamus had it all done. So it was one of these things I
It's a fairly intricate build.
had people asking me, like, hey man, how does the brass etch on this work? And I'm like, well, we need to ask my 8-year-old for some help because I thought this was more complicated than that.
Yeah. He mastered that with no help at all.
No. Came out, he had all these Gaslands cars done. He used up most of the brass etch I was going to use for the product release. I had to go back to the warehouse to get some to do videos for the launch. And I could not have been happier. Oh yeah, no, I saw it. Yeah. Well, Noelle, you must realize that the problem with fixing it is it would cost her $200.
Yeah, it would cost me $200 in pigment to just discard all of these. I could try a scoop. I mean, none of them are M grams, so none of them are honey based, but the wells are, I don't know. They're not shaped uniformly. It would make me sad.
All right, moving on to my Payne's Gray. Doesn't pain me at all, but I need my thought back on here.
It's fine. I've razzed you plenty via distance, like when I was in Virginia and you would make Payne's Gray comments. I'd be like, yeah, it's such a pain in my ass. Yep.
I like to paint with it.
Yep. What are you hunting for?
I got my tape, which was literally right here.
Right here?
Don't judge me.
Do you want that Victory Manhattan?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Well, I know I do, because I finished a painting.
Hey, yeah, that's right.
First one in 2 months. I'm very pleased.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Didn't realize it had been that long. Well, then yeah, how could I
It's-
possibly refuse a drink when you just finished your first painting in months? All right, let's. Wow. This tape does not want to get used twice, so it won't. Suddenly, chair. All right, let's get this guy taped up. Masking this off because I'm going to paint the entire helmet Payne's Gray on account of I will actually make it a steel helmet. I'll use my dark iron paint. Did the engine metal after that. All right, it just doesn't want to stick to the inks. I see. It's fair. It's fair. Yeah, even I couldn't just write off my paints at this point. I mean, I'd be able to go get my secret weapon set, but if my Reaper paints had suddenly disappeared, I'd have a sad. Only so many paints that I'm willing to use in this world anymore. Once a popular company gives a couple of my friends cancer, I'm out. And because it's me and it's my Infinity, I'm not going to bother masking the engine. Just going to paint. Everything will turn out fine. I'll be able to get that little edge without going over it because, you know, it's me and my Infinity. Like I said, the only airbrush I'd ever have tattooed on me. I've never had a tool that I've been happier with in my life. I don't care what craft I was doing. All right. And yeah, no, well, I recommend being picky about your paints. I mean, for me, the reason it's Reaper and Secret Weapon is largely the toxicity, but certainly consistency plays a part in that. And, you know, I had gone from Vallejo, which was still using mixing powder into their solutions. They were doing their own custom powder solutions instead of using something like the CCA premixed stuff, which is not, as others would argue, liquid pigment. Sure, it comes out as a, you know, pancake-like sauce, but that's because CCA mixes the powder into the stuff. They don't start with a liquid pigment, which would we generally assume refer to as inks. Not all liquid pigments are inks, but like the Secret Weapon washes are a liquid pigment because they do start with the dollar rounding inks. So I'd gone from that powdery stuff, and when I tried to thin my paints, I could see it, you know, see the medium separate from the pigment to P3. And then from P3 to Reaper, and yeah, I haven't looked back, and won't. All right, so now I'm shading the car. I'm not going to do a lot with the Payne's Gray. I'm going to come back with more of the dark green because I see that this is a little overkill. But I'll get the bottoms. Nice thin layer from the bottom. Behind the grill here, or behind the ram.
Right here.
Thank you. I am freehanding with an airbrush. Oh, great.
It's not butter. Yeah, ice machine is not currently functional. There we go. I'm rotated.
Butter would have been different. I don't know. Could be something. Oh, what do you got? Past 2 to 3, I imagine that says months. Years. Oh, years. Yeah, Bones is the only one I haven't tried, and I know Anne made some innovations with that line compared to the MSP, and the MSP is my go-to.
There are some fantastic colors in the new Pathfinder line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, from Reaper.
Well, color I'm less concerned about. I know that Anne made some, at least I understand, she made some formulation changes for the Bones line, and I am curious to try those, because when Anne improves on something that's already good, I'm there. She's the finest hobby paint maker in the world, in my opinion. Not just mine, but certainly mine.
My choice of paint really boils down to whether or not I can spit blend with it. If I can't, if it chalks up, I'm not using that paint.
Fair.
Please see why I don't paint with metallics.
Let's try split bending my metallics. The pigment that Anne and I used is very different than what you're used to.
It's generally the binder used for metallics.
In this case, the flake, because that's what usually separates. I think you'd be surprised.
Okay.
I can super thin these metallics, and again, that's all down to Anne. I don't take credit for that.
We'll have to give it a shot.
One more. I'm slugging. I'm slugging. Punch.
It really does look like a giant patch of butter floating in our Manhattan.
It really does.
Well, I'm just down to watching you since I finished my bird, and I am not about to start another watercolor painting right now.
I'll do my best to be entertaining.
Well, I used to watch this from 3,000 miles away, so it's kind of cool to watch it in person.
So one of my favorites about the Infinity is this little button here in the back, which I can pull and push. Every airbrush that I use has the ability to dial in the back so that you can stop the nozzle from pulling back. Well, hypothetically. Oh, I need to engage it. And then screw forward. So now I can't pull my button back at all. Oop, except that it popped. All right. There we go. So now I can't pull my button back at all. It's just not going to happen. With the Infinity, I can pop that stopper out and get full flow. Push it in, no flow. So what I can do right now is dial back the exact flow I want. Slowly.
Ooh.
There we go. Dial it in.
Oh, wow.
Dial it in.
You're dialing in a fine line. Oh, that's sick.
I can't get more paint than this out now. It's impossible. I can't pull my nozzle back far enough. See why it's on my arm? Oh, I'm all zoomed in, so you can't really tell anymore. With so little paint coming out.
I did not know that, and that's really amazing. Wow, you can actually fine line detail. Yeah, that's fantastic.
The rest is just practice with precision. And for that, I still recommend getting large format coloring books. Airbrushing those. Because you're not going to give a crap. But now, boop.
No, I have a silly question. Shouldn't you have done all the fine line detailing on all of them before you popped it out?
Oh, I don't need to, because...
Because now you can just push it back and it'll be exactly where it was?
Yep.
All right, nice.
To the point that I can panel line a Hot Wheel. Now, when you do this, you're more likely to get schmutz in your tip. Scrape it off carefully with your fingernails, which is the worst option. Otherwise, hit it with isopropyl and a towel. But I can get the precision to put that panel line in. And again, some of that is practice with the tool and the medium. I'm using familiar stuff. Woo! Adjusted it a bit and got a lot more than I was expecting. All right.
Need to readjust on the paper towel?
Yep. Just adjusting with my hands. So there we go. I've managed to hit all of the panel lines on this using just the airbrush. I'll do the same over here. And once I clog, I can also pull, spray. Oh, empty. I'm not clogged. Yep, dialing it back in a little bit. Getting more paint than I want.
Well, you can always black out that window.
Well, and I will, but I got a little more on the panel line.
Yeah, I saw.
Woo! Forgot to clean off my tip, so I got a spray on the side. Rookie mistake. Let's see if we can wipe that off. Doesn't matter, it's weathering now. Yay, weathering! Alright. And I really want to hit these panel lines since Bernie is known for their paneled armor. Alright. Pop. I did it again. After showing off, I start making all these rookie mistakes. Well done, Justin. Well, actually, it is, because now you guys know it's okay to make rookie mistakes.
I know I still do.
One of my favorite moments of all time as a dance teacher. And Noelle, I don't constantly need to clean my airbrush. There are a lot of tricks. Getting your airbrush to work properly is its own art, not necessarily science.
Yes.
Thinning your paints properly, having it set to the right PSI, being willing to adjust your PSI. And when you have to clean it, I mean, it's as simple for me as keeping one of these little cups with some ISO in it and a brush, and I'm done. Just clean off the tip every 15-20 minutes as it clogs, and I'm good to go. But you've watched me. Well, I don't know how long. At this point, we've been doing this an hour and a half. I've been airbrushing for an hour. Mm-hmm. I've only had to clean my airbrush once properly. And that's because I didn't do it last time when I was done. I find as long as I clean my airbrush thoroughly when I'm finished with a session, unless that session lasts more than 4 hours, I'm good to go without doing it more than once. I've certainly had days where I'm airbrushing for 8 hours, in which case, yeah, I'll clean my airbrush completely a couple of times.
But is it fair to say that you primarily airbrush with the Dollarani?
I do.
The inks. So you're not pushing acrylic paint through it.
Well, even when I do, I don't get the clog issues because goodness knows I put secret weapon through there all the time as well. All right, and that's all I'm going to do with the airbrush on that.
You know what they actually need? Some purple lake.
Do some purple for shadows.
Mm-hmm.
All right, find me some purple lake, please.
I don't think you have
purple lake. Because I know I do. Would you be willing to give me some water?
Of course. If you don't have the purple lake, I have the golden fluid purple lake.
Okay. I thought we'd found a purple lake in here. Right here. Here we go. Which I find that, particularly with practice, cleaning my airbrush, like even if I want to do a more thorough job right now, it's as simple as doop, doop, doop. Put some ISO on a towel, doop. Scrape my needle, doop, doop, doop. Look at all the schmutz come off my needle. Run some ISO through my brush. Thank you very much, my friend.
You're welcome.
Run some water through my brush.
And I'm sorry, folks, that's the color theory junkie in me. When I see a phthalo green, it screams to throw in some purple lake.
So there we go. I mean, I've given my brush a reasonable cleaning.
And it smells like ice out here.
Now with more poison. It's a good thing we're both wearing our respirators.
Yes.
I get the feeling I was never really taught the proper process for both cleaning and thinning. I find that's generally the case with airbrushing classes.
Yeah.
Noelle. There's an emphasis on blending, shading, masking, which is all good. I mean, these are all useful things, but
never actual airbrush usage. I was never taught either, so
it's one of the reasons
don't airbrush.
I know that the popular classes involve generally 40K models, but when I teach my airbrushing 101, we do a model on the second day, but on the first day we do large format coloring books, because I'm here to teach you how to airbrush, not how to paint a model. And when I talk about airbrushing, at that point I talk about improvising curves, painting within the lines without having to mask. You can do all of your blending and shading and everything right there. We talk about color theory for airbrushes, whether you're building up or going down from colors, how to clean, strip, and maintain your airbrush, your compressor, the different type of hoses make, and why anybody who ever tells you to airbrush at a fixed PSI is dead wrong. Yeah, we cover all of that. Unfortunately, that kind of class wasn't as popular.
Yeah.
Not enough miniature, too much learning.
Hey, I have on multiple occasions sold out a class where everyone paints a dinosaur on a piece of MDF. So
That's true. I've taken that class. And I've locked in my brush again behind the scenes. I dialed it in. Oh, I guess you saw the purple coming out, even if you couldn't see the brush.
this is for all the cult of purple and teal out there. It just makes the green sing. Imho. I have a sudden urge to speed watercolor a Gaslands car on paper.
Do it! You can donate that to the NFCA.
Well, it can go with your set.
There you go.
So I have all of those colors on my palette. Because of course I do. Nice quick shot.
Sounds much more useful. Well, I thought so, but that's the teacher in me. I understand the emphasis on wanting to do a model. Oh, go ahead. You're taking pictures. Because you want to paint models. But it's the teacher in me.
Okay.
I've taught several other things in my life. Well, mostly dance and acrobatics, circus skills. But even then, particularly as a dance instructor, particularly as a private dance instructor, when I'd get other instructors that were paying for lessons, there'd be this thing where they're like, hey, we've been working on this for a week. Man, isn't time to move on. And yeah, when you know what you're doing, we'll move on. But you have to understand the process. I was a process dance teacher as well. How to move, how to use your body, all of that before I was willing to start teaching you the moves and the tricks and everything else. I wanted you to know how to resist a partner, how to feel your body. Anyway, I was very much process analytic in that. But I have been in everything. I mean, process analytics was a big part of my career prior to Secret Weapon. And I've learned recently that a lot of that probably has to do with my dyslexia. And I've only learned that because my son has been diagnosed with dyslexia. And it turns out what we know about dyslexia in the 21st century is a lot more than we knew about dyslexia in the late 1970s or early 1980s. So I've been reading up on like the superpowers of dyslexia and looking at my hobbies and my career and going, oh, so much makes sense. Really grateful for that. All right, I guess I'm back to dark green. Here's the team at this point, prior to detailing. Looking over at the tank, the oil is still wet. Like I said, one of the benefits of oils is that you have a long time to work with them. A downside is that...
you have a long time to wait.
Yeah, you can sometimes have a long time to wait, because I applied fairly heavily, in part because I wanted to make sure it was visible on camera. But it'll probably be this evening before I can varnish that. and then tomorrow before I can finish painting it. So Sean Fulton, if you're watching, hey, the good news is we're not going into the warehouse for a couple of days, so I couldn't ship it anyway. Yeah, I've got administrative work I need to deal with. I haven't touched emails for a couple of weeks. That's kind of important. We were getting the warehouse back in working order and trying to get orders out. We've gotten a couple of 100 orders out since the quarantine started. Yeah. Of course, come in. Hello? No, it's not. Try to get harder. That's weird. Because it's clearly not locked.
It's not locked.
What's up, kiddo fans? We're live. We're doing a broadcast. Folks, this is my son, Seamus. Seamus, this is the internet.
Hi.
My paper towel looks like a peacock feather dyed on it.
Pops, can you ask Charlie if she's home? Remember, Charlie said yesterday that she was going to play with her other friends.
Yeah, she won't be available today. But I'll come play soon.
Check out with Dylan, maybe.
Okay, I'll check in. Yep, I'll do it. Seamus is looking for friends on the PlayStation 4 to play Minecraft with because, well, my son is a very social kid, and the end of the world has not been kind to him. So the best he gets these days is, yeah, welcome to the nicer part of the internet, Steven says.
Yeah.
But yeah, these days the best he gets is he'll join friends on Minecraft or Gauntlet on the PS4 because he can use the party chat. And if he doesn't get that, then I go play Minecraft with him.
Speed paint coming along.
Oh boy, the amount of Minecraft I have played. Hey, look at that. It's almost like you know what you're doing. I might wind up redoing the mask, and we won't talk about that. Right. I want to dump this one. One at a time. Started this one. Let's finish this one. Yep. I'm going to wind up redoing the mask. It's okay. I'm going to redo the mask with the light green because I like this shadow combination a lot more. So we're going to go dark green on all the vehicles so that we get that color transition. Look at that. And Adam, yes, I am working on Gaslands cars. Welcome to the chat, my friend. Good to see you here. These are Gaslands team for the Nova Open Charitable Foundation. Jess Rich just finished an amazing watercolor painting. She's currently working on a Gaslands watercolor painting. I am currently working on this. And hey, wait a minute, that's Adam Plenty Loper. God, we're getting all these celebrities today. I love it.
I know, right?
It's almost like everybody's stuck at home with nothing better to do. What, too self-deprecating? I mean, it's Adam Loper. If you guys don't know, he's a big deal. You've got to check out his channel.
Yes.
Oh my God, this guy right here. We talk about the nicer part of the internet.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm going to come back over with my light green. I'm going to add some green to that helmet.
I'm gonna add some red to my green so it turns into purple.
Loving this color scheme. Or loving this green scheme, I should say. The green and purple. Thank you, Jess.
You're welcome.
Should have known that was coming.
Yep. Not saying I have a head full of color theory, but I do.
And Adam, thank you. First off, yeah, totally a big deal. Second off, yeah, I've seen your subscriber count, man. Come on. Second off, super nice. And yeah, we're doing well. We are some of the privileged few. We knew this was going to be at least a 4-month affair. We asked Jess to shelter in place with us before it started. Managed to keep Secret Weapon afloat. The community has been fantastic to us with their patience about order delays. So yeah, I mean, we're some of the privileged few. We're doing great. I have a lot of friends struggling, and my thoughts are with them. Especially today.
Yes.
All right.
Cause red and green make purple.
You make purple. Which, that's true, but... Okay, that red and that green make purple. You might be cheating. All right, well, this is too wet to paint because I just did that big spray of dark green on them. So let's come back to the Orky War Tank. Yeah, how are you holding up, Adam? I hope everything's well for you. You're safe and healthy. Avoiding the worst of the, I was going to say plague, but plagues are bacteriological. This is not a plague.
Nope.
This is a flu. I hope that you're safe from the flu as well. Maintaining your social distancing, not having to go to work. All of those wonderful things that help keep us safe.
Oh, it's a printer.
Yep.
I thought it was the door.
Yeah, I turned around. I'm like, that's a weird noise. Right, Monica turned on the printer
And
because she has
that's
to print homework for Seamus.
Gaslands watercolor I just started.
But all right, let me get some corporate mail out of the way. Part of a ping pong ball. I don't remember what I was doing with that. Oh, I was actually looking at it for this.
We were gonna use it on that, but we decided not to.
Some cups. Where are my cups? So I can start getting pigments. All right. It's color theory time. It's theory time, children. I don't have all of my colors. Oh, yes, I do. They're out here. Huh. Nope, you're darker, not violet.
I have a full.
You have a full set?
I have a full set. Need a violet?
I might. Well, that's heavy smog. It's a custom color. We made a custom color for Asset Drop, if you guys didn't know that. I'm gonna need my metallic iron.
Right.
I need exhaust black. I need some greens and blues for the red side. Ooh. Suddenly door. Need some your terracotta earth. Actually, yeah, that's a better choice. Terracotta earth. Green earth. No.
Brand new violet.
Brand new violet. Oh my god. Ancient earth.
Gotta turn that back.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, hey, here's my violet. There you go.
Alright.
Wait a minute. We have very different violets. But violet is the color that changes the most, so yours is full, that's why.
Yeah. Mine is full and still wrapped in shinies.
There we go. Working from home for your day job, or wearing a mask, mostly staying home. Nice. Well, your channel has been going strong for a long time, so... Although I have to admit, if I remember correctly, a lot of that is event coverage, and ooh, yeah, not a lot of events.
Well, no, he's done a lot at home. There's a fantastic priming outside in the snow video.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's right, because I wanted to share that when it was messy.
Yeah.
As far as you can't prime in the snow.
Yeah.
All right, well, these are dry. And right now, I'd rather work on these cars than work on pigments. In no small part because people have seen me use pigments so many times. And in part because I really enjoy Gaslands.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm doing this car. I don't need a mask in this car. Alright, so I'm just taking the physical mask that I have. I'm going to do my best to press it in place with fingers since I'm not using a vinyl. I've got a pretty flush cover. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
And I can take care of the rest of this with some washes or a quick pass of the dark green again. But there we go. Stop stabbing my needle into the table.
Better than stabbing it into me, which it's done in the past.
Yes. Although given a choice, I have to admit I'd rather stab it.
You'd rather stab it into me because I give, and
Yeah.
the table does not.
You won't damage my needle. No offense. I take it personally.
It's fair. It's 100% fair.
Needles are expensive. You're forgiving.
To a point.
To a point. Yeah.
Aha,
That's fair.
to a point. Ah.
Oh my gosh. To a point. Oh my god. Seamus would be proud of that fun.
Yes.
Farouk would be proud of that fun.
Yep. Farouk would really, really like that one.
For those who don't know what we mean by Farouk, we've been watching a lot of BattleBots lately.
We've been mainlining BattleBots.
Oh my god, yeah, we've finished a season in just a few days. The 2019 season, which now we have to go back because it turns out that Bite Force has actually been beaten, and Bite Force was beaten by Son of Waiachi, and
I want to
we
see
had
that
been-
season, but
yeah.
it wasn't this last season. It had to have been a different season because we know that Bite Force
he's the
won last
returning,
season.
so it was the 2017 or 2016 season.
Yes.
But yeah,
I just want to see Bite Force lose.
we had theorized for a while that a good drum spinner could take out Bite Force, and all of this depends. Like, I don't sport football, basketball, any of those, but I BattleBots and Robot Wars. So we theorized for a long time that a good drum spinner could take out Bite Force, and it doesn't surprise me that it was Son of Waiachi.
Yep.
But I really want to see that fight.
That we did this morning, watch Son of Waiachi just get absolutely wrecked.
That was Sawblaze, right?
Yeah, Sawblaze versus Son of Waiachi. It sounds like we're probably speaking German to everyone right now.
Yeah, well, this is what it's like for people who don't do your sport, right? You're suddenly like, oh my god, I'm going to geek out about my favorite player, and everyone else in the room is going, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
I will sometimes play Trivial Pursuit with him, and if I'm feeling particularly mean, I will pick the sports and leisure category because I know I'm going to decimate him.
This is true. Because there's a lot more sport than leisure.
And I'm a sports baller. With the exception of, really, I suppose, soccer or football. I miss my hockey. I miss basketball. I'm going to miss football.
Well, basketball, I guess you will miss basketball. Monica will miss basketball.
I will-
Jesus, I understand what you mean suddenly.
Yes.
There won't be a basketball season this year.
No. But most of all, I will miss hockey. Because, oh my gosh, I love hockey. Hockey is my favorite sports ball.
You certainly can't have a game right now that involves punching people in the face.
Mm-mm. And spitting and bleeding all over each other, and yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. Let me spit my mouth guard onto the ground so that I can punch you in the face. That's not gonna work. I'm not saying one of the reasons I love hockey is because it's the only sport where I've seen a man get cut across the throat and then live, but, you know, it's hyper-violent, kind of amazing.
I'll stick to my BattleBots. It's hyper-violent and kind of amazing.
You know that it has occurred to you. It's occurred to all of us, I think, except for Seamus. What would happen if a person attempted to go against one of those bots?
No, he's even mentioned
We'd
it.
be mincemeat.
Yeah.
It's
All right. So real quick, since we're already at 2, I'm not sure how the missus is doing out there with the kid at this point. This is my Vernie team. We wound up going a completely different direction where I did the light green mask over the top But that means now that since these are inspired by Frankenstein's car from Death Race 2000, I now have nice color. I have that kind of, well, in this case hex, but that kind of serpentine texture, which I'll do across the whole team. And the rest will just be detailing, and I had to be able to get that done fairly quick, and some pigments and oils and whatnot. But we have the buggy with rocket launcher, buggy with mine layer and minigun. Pew, 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 pew. We have the performance car with sentry guns, a plate of armor, and the napalm launcher. And of course, with the help of Jess Rich, I've been working on the Orky tank for the Nova Open Charitable Foundation as well. Both of these will be available for raffle very shortly. Jess has been instrumental in helping with some of this incredible freehand. And yeah, we'll be working to get this done over the next 24 hours, hopefully. I need to get into all of these and do some pigment.
I'm on grot
and
face duty, right?
Yeah, we'll need to get you to do all the grots.
Yeah.
And then I need to do something else with the engine because there's more engine detailing.
And then one final look here.
Tilt it for the sparklies. Show them the sparklies, Mrs. Nim.
There's the sparklies. So this is my fancy burb. He'll be available to my Patreon subscribers for 24 hours, and then he will be live in my Etsy shop.
And yeah, Stephen, I've seen videos of drum spinners tipping over washing machines and flippers tipping over washing machines and a flipper tipping over a car, which, to be fair, a lifter flipping over a car was actually really, really cool. But Bite Force is still, for the people that follow, unbeatable. The 2019 season that we're watching now, he's 13-0 from last season. Bite Force, I've been watching Robot Wars since Jamie Heineman was doing it, so like I think 1999. Jesus, yeah, the first time I watched Robot Wars was live in San Francisco in 1999.
And see, you got to see it live, and I only got to see it when they started broadcasting it on the Comedy Network. That's
right, because I remember the Jay Leno bot, which was great with his big chin. It was one of the first lifters.
Yes.
That was great. But yeah, we've been mainlining it. And Seamus and I have been using the Kamigami robots. I might as well go back to intro since we're not paying anymore. We're just chatting with the community. Yeah. Seamus and I have been using the Kamigami robots for a few weeks, playing the tag feature. And if you're not familiar with those, the basic chassis is the same. It's an IR robot. Oh, sorry, Bluetooth, because you use your phone.
It's Bluetooth. The leg configuration is not the same for each bot. The Mantis configuration is different from the Scorpion configuration. I have my two central legs are turned inwards, and the two outer pair are outwards, and all of yours are outwards. Yeah.
Well, in this case, it's got a circular drivetrain that makes it. Oh yeah, Steven says it's Bite and Tombstone. Not a fan of Tombstone. Can't stand the guy. Hey,
Holler! We watched behind the scenes with him, and I'm like, I can't root for Tombstone anymore, like ever.
Yeah, it's funny. I've been watching Tombstone fight for years on Robot Wars, but there wasn't any of this like in the pits behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, the second we saw that, we're like, now we're out.
And yeah, his first interview, I was like, well, that's the end of my love for Tombstone.
Yep. It was. Seamus still doesn't understand why we don't root for Tombstone, but
yeah, and that's okay. He doesn't need to.
He doesn't need to.
But yeah, Seamus and I have been doing the Kamigami robots, which is this plastic fold, carapace and legs on a standard body. Very much insect type movement. They're very cool. Very fun. It says they can move readily over any type of terrain, and that's certainly not true.
There you go.
There you go.
Little bugs.
Yeah, and it has an app, and you use it on your phone, and yeah, it's been great. We went from that to the Hexbot do-it-yourself BattleBots kits, which have been fun. I also bought a Bite Force because I was like, well, screw it. If I'm going to buy all these build your own BattleBots, I'm going to buy a Bite Force so that somebody can always win. But the first thing I did, the first of the do-it-yourself kits to get here had the drum spinner on it, the track kit that has the drum spinner on it. And I was like, it's tracks and a drum spinner. This is exactly what I wanted to do against Bite Force. And yeah, I took out Bite Force 3 times in a row until my son was like, all right, I'm going to do it. Took me out 3 times in a row. And being my son, he was like, all right, you know what? This sucks. Let's try a different tactic. And that particular kit also comes with a drum spinner for the front, an egg beater, and these soft scorpion claws for the back,
static
as well as
scorpion
2
claws.
different wedges.
Yes.
And Seamus took those scorpion
We're
claws.
wrapping.
Yep, we're just talking about BattleBots at this point. You can even send him in or stick around or.
Okay. Yeah, he was just asking about you.
Oh, because I'm supposed to play Minecraft with him.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I'll be out in a minute.
We're wrapping.
All right.
Guessing his buddies aren't around, so it's on me to play Minecraft, and that's cool. But yeah, after that, he turned around, and I was impressed. My son took the DIY tracked robot kit with the egg beater on one end and the scorpion claws on the other, and literally just picked up Bite Force and pushed me out of the ring again and again and again, and I couldn't do anything. And that was his, and he started with that. He's like, Papa, I think I know how to beat Bite Force. I know another way. And yeah, I was impressed.
And then he did it to me twice. I knew what was coming because Justin had given me the heads up as to Seamus's tactic.
So you tried to get around it.
Tried to get him from the side. I knocked off his armor. They have pop-off armor. It's all magnetic.
Mm-hmm.
But
people sell magnet upgrades.
Nice. But in the end, Seamus was successful in driving his bot backwards and pushing me out of the arena.
And his ability to switch between forwards and backwards.
Yeah, I can barely operate the thing in forwards.
That's a superpower.
It really is. Yeah.
It's not like a
I do better when I'm not
older
looking.
mode
Yeah,
where you
no.
can just flip a switch and you're like, oh, I'm going the other way. Flip. Oh, whatever. I don't have to care. Oh, flip. Now I'm going this way. Oh, flip. Now I'm going that way.
Yeah. No.
This is my front. That's my front. That's my front.
This is you have an up-down toggle and a left-right toggle, and to drive backwards, you have to reverse your hands.
The Hexbug remotes are like this big.
Yeah.
There we go. About that big.
About the size of your average wedding after-party cheese wedge.
and you're literally sitting here with an up, down, and a left, right, and that's it. You're like.
Oh, and your pew-pew to fire up your weapon.
Well, you can just hit that once at the beginning of the fight.
Does not work that way for Bite Force. Bite Force doesn't stay up the whole time.
Oh,
You have to spin up Bite Force.
Well, it should.
It didn't for me.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
No.
But now we've discovered the ant weight class of actual combat fighting robots.
So coming soon to a Twitch channel near you.
Team Chicken Butt!
Team Chicken Butt.
Seamus has his first 2 sponsors. I put out on Facebook that we were looking at the ant weight class. Tagged a couple of friends that I figured would be into this. Because, seriously.
Thank you, Steve.
Ant weight kits, for those of you that watch BattleBots or Robot Wars, the ant weight category is a 1-pound robot category. There's an entire insect class that ends at beetle, which I think is 3.5 or 5 pounds. I forget at the moment because we're focused on ant weight. Because your average ant weight robot costs between $100 and $250 to build. And the $250 is if you use a lot of pre-built components. There are companies like FingerTech, which is what we're looking at now, because we figure for our first 2 ant weight kits, we want to use the Viper kits from Fingerplay, so that we can just jump in and start learning how to do it. I have a BTF controller from my remote planes days. I know friends that probably have spares, so we're going to try to get a couple of BTFs and pick up the Viper kits, and then go from there. Because we have a 3D printer, we understand electronics. We have friends that have robots literally on other planets or in space. I know laser cutters and water jet cutters and all of the things. And, I think about it for my son with his dyslexia. He's been super into robots, including Lego robotics.
For years.
His school has a robotics after school, like once a year, week-long thing. It's a Lego robotics thing. But yeah, we very much want to introduce him to robotics. It's like the dyslexia super hobby. And he's super into it.
Yep.
So yeah, keep an eye out.
So is everyone else. So that
all the adults in the house.
We're like more BattleBots.
Who's done some? Yeah, done some of yours.
I
Robotics.
realized that was going to happen. Yes.
That's why you put it there. I appreciate that. Yeah, my wife has helped with the robotics club at her middle school. My wife is a middle school math teacher. Sorry, I'm in America.
Whatever. We may have an international audience.
Yeah,
we don't know.
So she's an internet math teacher. I've stopped spelling color with a U, but I'm still going to say maths for a while. There was a shop near our house in
Snohomish.
What? Class competitions, parties, and classes? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Put it back in your mind.
Yeah, so it was one of the things, like we talked about building the arena and how we were going to do this. Because if you're doing, like, when we're just doing our push bots, we can just do it wherever. But I don't want to just do a push bot. I want...
Eric does the light up plexi.
Eric. Oh, Volskin, yeah. But I hit up friends in the area around me that I knew would be into this. Roboticists, carpenters, engineers, and a woodworker. And my woodworker friend, who's super into Robot Wars with me as well, didn't know about the Antweight class, and I showed him. And I was like, dude, we need an arena, and it has to be enclosed in acrylic or plex. And that was all fine, but we started talking about it, like, how do we make this realistic? I have a corporate account with Tap Plastics, so I can get thick acrylic inexpensively, thick polycarbonate inexpensively, whatever. But we started talking about the arena itself, and hit on the idea that if it was 6 foot by 6 foot,
we could properly social distance.
We could properly social distance by having everyone on opposite sides of the cube, because hey, this participant is 6 feet away from this participant.
Still wearing masks.
And we've got our remotes, and the robots are in the box, and we're 6 feet away, and everybody's wearing masks, and so there's a renewed interest, and there's a very real likelihood that a Facebook group is going to go up, Facebook page is going to go up for Team Chicken Butt. That's us. We're all very excited. Seamus already has 2 sponsorship offers, which I really love our community for. I put something like this out on Facebook, and people reach out saying, "Hey, how do I help?" I appreciate you guys. So yeah, there'll be some Antweight robot videos coming up eventually too. Yeah. So anyway, that's enough babble. 20 minutes of random robot chatter. Before we take it away, a couple minutes here, I'll hang around for 6 more minutes, make sure there aren't any questions, comments, anything I need to cover with the stuff that we've been doing this evening. Want to make sure that, the demonstration, education portion of tonight covered everything it needed to. I'll go back to split.
And bring the camera over. It's up there.
Right.
We moved it out of the way.
Like, look at all that mail. There you go. Whoa. The widget updated. But yeah, we've got our Gaslands cars. Purple and green. We've got our awesome Nova Open Charitable Foundation tanky. Pew pew pew, daka daka daka. I mean, look at all that daka. It is made of daka. It's got a fushy zappy. It's got a daka daka. It's got some extra daka daka.
And it's got some.
It's got a kaboom.
It's got wah in the back.
And got this little guy back here, ring on the engine. We got this little guy here, high-fiving all the people that they're murdering. We have the guy that broke off the top here. That we'll deal with that later. And then our Frankenstein Death Race 2000 inspired cars. And we have, of course,
And
the world's fanciest bird.
the world's fanciest burb. He's a lord. It's going to be like something like Lord Kensington Farthingworth Penny Finch the Fourth.
There we go. And we have Seamus McGillicuddy, Connor Jim Patrick McCoy. That is a true story. That's this fella right here. This is Seamus McGillicuddy, Connor
Hey,
Jim
little
Patrick McCoy.
Oh, Pops.
What's up? Is it time to play Minecraft?
All right.
Well, I have 4 minutes that I was giving people to ask me more questions. But I don't know that they're gonna. You want to see what I've done tonight? So I had to do this for work. These are the Gaslands cars I've had to start for work. Obviously, I'm not finished, right? I've got to do some detailing.
Pops.
What?
Did you text them to see if he could play?
I haven't yet. Because I was doing this.
We were doing the work.
But I've got this that I did, and she got this tank that we've done, Seamus. Look at this. It's an Orky tank. Look how crazy that Orky tank is.
But I'll say this, Pops.
Hmm.
I did cheats, and I went to creative mode, and I'm making our house.
Okay. Well,
If you want to join me, I can give you a tour of my house, and then we can go on from there.
that sounds great. I'll come join you in 2 minutes for Minecraft. Please close the door, little chicken pants.
Sorry, Internet.
Sorry, Internet. Some people's kids, am I right? But yeah. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's the wrap up. I mean,
It is the wrap. Yeah.
babbling
Been
about
babbling
robots
about
for 30
robots
minutes.
for, well, not 30, but
Close enough.
at least 20.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll post finished photos of the Nova Open Charitable stuff, of course. They will as well. Hoping to mail them out by Wednesday. Hi, Sean. They're mailing Wednesday, hopefully, because going to the warehouse. And yeah, we'll probably be back babbling about robots because the next big passion is going to be ant weight robot fighting. Because who doesn't want to fight 1 pound robot combat at $100 or so?
And I still don't want to stick my finger in the arena.
No, you don't stick your finger in the arena. The robots are still made out of murder.
There was one that just had a straight up like double-edged razor blade on it.
Mhm.
That was the spinner, and I'm like, nah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been watching the ant weight combat events, and there was one they had to pause because a horizontal spinner robot. It was just this giant double-bladed like razor thing,
Yes.
and it got stuck in somebody's solid wheel, and they were just sitting there stuck. So they had to pull the 2 robots apart, put them back in the arena, where it happened again.
So yeah, thank you all so very much for tuning in and joining us this very lazy. What day is it? Tuesday?
Monday? I think today's Monday.
Is it Monday?
It's Monday.
It's a Monday. All right. Thank you for joining us for this lazy Monday, where everyone's in lockdown. If you are part of the protests, please stay safe. If you are not part of the protests, please stay safe.
Stay safe. Stay home.
Yeah.
If you go out, wear masks. Protests or otherwise.
Yep.
And yeah, thank you for joining us.